Hello, everybody, and welcome to the championship game of the Bill Riley Classic here at Westwood's Bader Gymnasium. The year's 2025. Tom Lydon with you, along with Morgan Donahue, Evan Cardamino capturing the images for us behind the camera tonight. Morgan, we've got ourselves a really good matchup, another border battle. We've seen a lot of these. One against Norwood, we saw one against Dedham, and now one against Walpole. Should be a lot of fun tonight. And these two teams very evenly matched.
Absolutely. Yeah, when you look at the MIA Division II rankings right now, Westwood in at number 7, Walpole at number 8. We got a glimpse of Walpole yesterday. Very talented team. They move the ball around so well, and they make buckets, Tom. When they were moving the ball around well, they were finding open players, and they did not miss. We probably saw 10 for 10, when it came to three-pointers in a row at one point. It was that impressive.
Walpole beat Falmouth to advance to today's championship game. Of course, Westwood got past Middleborough yesterday. Plenty to talk about as we take you through this journey today, but for now, let's turn it over to our Master of Ceremonies, the legendary public address announcer of Westwood High School, Jay Risha.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome to Bader Gymnasium at Westwood High School, the 2025 Riley Winter Classic Championship game between the visiting Walpole Timberwolves and your Westwood Wolverines. Fans, if I could have your attention, please. Westwood is committed to the highest ideals of sportsmanship, as well as establishing a healthy environment for competition. During the game, please be considerate and respectful to the players, coaches, officials, and the fans by demonstrating good sportsmanship and respect for all in attendance. Thank you. And now if I could direct your attention to the court, introducing tonight's starting lineups, beginning with the visiting Walpole Timberwolves. Number 10, junior Tori Adams. Number 13, junior Abby McMahon. Number 20, junior captain Bella Bingham. Number 21, sophomore Katie McDonald. And number 24, senior captain Caroline Dora. Head coach for Walpole is Dave Wall. And now for your Wolverines. Number 1, senior captain Charlotte Hurley. Number 11, senior captain Mackenzie Kaiser. Number 15, senior and captain Caroline Nuzzolo. Number 22, senior Angelina Holmesy. And number 23, junior Lizzie Wheeman. Head coach for Westwood is Catherine Clifford. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, at this time, would you please rise? Gentlemen, remove your caps. Let us face the American flag as one. In that symbol of unity, we will honor America, singing along to the
Once again, Tom Lydon, Morgan Donahue with you, Evan Cardamino behind the lens today. And what a game we saw yesterday from Mackenzie Kaiser and Charlotte Hurley. Both of them setting season highs. Mackenzie finishes with 24 points, 12 of them in the fourth quarter. So I'm sure Coach Cliff is hoping that that momentum carries over to today's championship game.
Yeah, and Charlotte Hurley with 20. And, you know, this is a great time to be playing your best basketball. And those two have been so important throughout the whole season. In tonight's starting lineup, so they're starting for the Wolverines, but we'll start with Walpole's starting lineup. Tori Adams, Abby McMahon, Bella Bingham, Katie McDonald, Caroline Duran for your Walpole Timberwolves, and then your Wolverines, Charlotte Hurley, Mackenzie Kaiser, Caroline Nozzolillo, Angelina Holmesy, and Elizabeth Weeman.
Game with great significance here, the final regular season game for both teams going into the playoffs. Of course, Walpole ranked number 8 and Westwood number 7, and we are underway here at Bader Gymnasium. The Wolverines in white, the Timberwolves in blue. Very familiar with each other, although they don't play too much, but obviously these girls grew up very close to each other, so I'm sure there's some familiarity on the court. Caroline Nozzolillo throws one up, a little long, out of bounds. That'll be Walpole's ball.
Don't see that too often, but it was a pretty good look for Nozzolillo. She was getting her game going yesterday. She had some big buckets, but doing it on the defensive end as well all game.
Westwood comes out with some pressure.
That's the player to keep an eye on, Tom, number 20, Bingham. Big three early on for Walpole.
Katie McDonald draining one from beyond the arc, and Walpole opens up the scoring. Westwood working against the zone. Lizzie Weeman inside to Caroline Nozzolillo, gets it to Hurley from beyond the arc. That's a little short, but Mackenzie Kaiser with the layup, and she'll head to the free throw line. First foul of the day will be called against Walpole's Katie McDonald. Kaiser gets a chance to get on the board within the first minute of today's game, building on that 24-point performance against Middleborough yesterday in the semifinal. You can tell she's just feeling it. It's in a zone.
She was making all of them yesterday. I don't think she missed one at the free throw line all day.
And we talk about it all the time, how important it is in games like this, which really are going to have a significant impact on your seeding. Every layup, every free throw is so important.
We say that. I mean, when it's a one-point game, two-point game, you know, you have to look at the free throws at the end of the game. Ones that were made, ones that were missed.
Tori Adams from beyond the arc throws that one up a little hard. Rebounded by Lizzie Weeman.
Tom, you're going to see a lot of three-pointers from this Walpole team. They were making them yesterday. So if Westwood can get some contested hands in the face of those looks, I think they'll certainly be able to get some rebounds.
Lizzie Weeman gets it going for the Wolverines from beyond the arc. The first three-pointer for the home team.
And if she gets hot, you're in a great place if you're the Wolverines when Weeman's making some big threes.
Abby McMahon gathers it, but that ball tipped by Weeman. So this will not be an over and back. Gathered by number 24, Caroline Duran. The senior point guard will reset the Timberwolves offense. Walpole on top. Walpole trailing 5-3, 6:15 to play here in the first quarter.
Shot clock at 10. That goes out of bounds.
Off the hands of Caroline Duran, so see if Westwood can take advantage of the turnover. 6:11 on the clock. The Wolverines up 2 behind the power of Lizzie Weeman's three-pointer. Charlotte Hurley off the foot, but gathered by Angelina Holmesy, but it goes the other way. Here's Bingham running the break, crossover dribble, the bounce pass, and ultimately the pass out to the point. Back to number 10, Tori Adams. There's a shot from the baseline, no good. Picked up by Caroline Nozzolillo. Charlotte Hurley running the break, gets it over to Weeman. Hurley back to Weeman on the right side. Gonna swing it, looking for Nozzolillo right at the free throw line, but instead over to Angelina Holmesy. Bounce pass back to Hurley, who's taken one from long range. Charlotte Hurley's gonna build off that momentum from yesterday.
20 points yesterday for Hurley. As you mentioned, 24 for Kaiser. If they're playing their best basketball this time of year, Westwood is gonna make a very deep run.
Mackenzie Kaiser with the good defense on Tori Adams, but it'll stay with Walpole. 24 seconds to shoot. Timberwolves now down 5 with 5:14 to play. They'll take it out from under the basket.
Get a score update in the girls hockey game. Westwood down 1-0 currently to Hingham halfway through the second period.
Katie McDonald. That one rattles in and out. Hauled in by Lizzie Weeman. Quickly gets it in the hands of the captain, Charlotte Hurley, coming off the 20-point performance, but more recently, coming off that nice three-pointer we saw. There's a foul.
Foul.
Going to be called on Walpole's number 20, Bella Bingham. And you talked, Morgan, about how effective Bella was in yesterday's game.
Yeah, she has been terrific in the paint. She was making terrific moves. She'll be one of the players that works the ball up the court. She's got good handle, and she can also shoot outside. So a very versatile player for
Here's
Walpole.
Weeman again. This one a little short off the front end of the rim. So Walpole will gather it in, take it the other direction. Caroline Durand, the senior point guard, getting a pick. Picks up the dribble, throws it to the corner. Back to Durand, who then swings it over to Tori Adams. Adams gets it to Bingham. Right-handed shot in the paint. Off the backboard, no. But she gets her own rebound, drives to the hoop. Yes!
Wow.
Nice kiss.
Great athletic move.
Bella Bingham.
That wasn't an easy shot to make. She was going right and then had to go off the side of the backboard, get a good angle to get that in.
Nazalillo over to
Great
Kaiser, who's going to throw one up from three-point range. That bounces off the front rim. Out of bounds, stays with Westwood. First substitutes of the day in for Walpole. 15, Maren Gallivan checks in, along with Emily Mulgrew, the sophomore, number 23.
Replace Adams and Durand for Walpole.
Charlotte Hurley thought about it twice. Ultimately got it to Kaiser, will throw it up. That's a little rough off the rim, but the good defense here
hands.
forces it. What?
Oh,
great
great
job.
hands.
Little tic-tac-toe. Usually see that in hockey, but Lizzie Weeman finishes it off. A couple of assists on that one to Holmesy and Nazalillo.
That's been a theme we've seen in these games, is following those shots, get under the board for the rebound, get hungry, and the Wolverines were right there.
That's going to be out of bounds. Westwood ball. So 3:39 to go here in the first quarter, and Westwood on top, 10-5. Great defensive play.
We were talking about in the consolation game how important the start is. Great start so far for the Wolverines.
Lizzie Weeman back over to Charlotte Hurley. Holmesy in the right corner. Flips it across over to Kaiser in the corner. Throws that up from three-point range, and Mackenzie Kaiser on the board again.
Kaiser can score in the paint, and then she's burying three-pointers. She is such an asset for the Wolverines.
Westwood wanted to travel on that one, called on Abby McMahon, but instead it gets reset for Walpole. Back up here, top the key. Emily Mulgrew working against Hurley, inside to Bingham. Bingham, traffic, still throws it up, no foul called. Rebounded by Walpole. The follow doesn't fall either. So Westwood looking to take advantage, already up 8 here in the first quarter with 2:45 to play. Kaiser's going to go over to Holmesy. Holmesy back to Weeman. She's thinking about it. Hit that first one. When you hit that first shot, you got some confidence.
Feeling it.
Hurley pumps, passes. Over to Holmesy, 19 to shoot. Here it is from long range. Lizzie Weeman, a little bit too hard, but gathered by Nazalillo. The offensive rebounding has been there so far for the Westwood offense.
Really good passing. You know, they're throwing a pump fake in there too, so they're making it difficult to anticipate.
Lizzie Weeman, hard on that one. Ball goes out of bounds, and it'll be Walpole's ball. Ryan McDonald checks in for the Timberwolves. Madison Ward and Julie Hogan in for the Westwood Wolverines. It's a 13-5 game with 2:13 to play, and our first break as we get a timeout from the Walpole bench. Your thoughts?
I love the effort by the Wolverines on those second, third opportunities. Even on that one that went out of bounds, Nazalillo was you know, she was beelining for that loose ball. I love the passing by the Wolverines. They're mixing in some pump fakes where they're getting Walpole off balance, trying to anticipate those and then throw it to an open player. And then when you're seeing open looks, Kaiser burying three-pointers, Weeman burying three-pointers, I mean, that's been the theme, the three-pointers so far early in the first quarter.
So we've set the stage that Westwood enters this game ranked 7th in Division II, Walpole ranked 8th. So this game could have some significant meaning to whoever loses it, because if you drop out of that top 8, you're looking at, yes, hosting one playoff game, but then if you do win, probably having to go on the road. So for both teams, a critical opportunity to get this final regular season win and maintain your space, maintain your spot inside the top 8.
Yeah. I mean, if you're outside the top 8, you're going to, you know, you have to win your first round game, but you're going to have to hope for some help. You know, there's upsets and whatnot where you can get a home game if the higher seed wins the initial round, but you're exactly right. Inside top 8 solidifies you minimum 2 home games.
Madison Ward, Charlotte Hurley, Julie Hogan, Caroline Nazalillo, and Mackenzie Kaiser, your 5 on the floor for the Westwood Wolverines. There's a turnover. Hurley with the layup, fouled. That one's going to go against Emily Mulgrew, and Charlotte Hurley will shoot 2 from the line.
Emily Mulgrew, the granddaughter of Bill Riley, who the tournament is named after. And Bill is in attendance here, sitting front row.
First personal foul, 3 team fouls. Charlotte Hurley has 2 shots.
You know, Coach Riley said before the game he'd like to just see his granddaughter get in a flow, get a couple shots early.
Yeah, she played terrific yesterday, some big threes. She's a sophomore for the Timberwolves, and the impact she has as such a young player is very impressive. She's got poise as if she's been playing in a Walpole uniform for a considerable amount of time.
Charlotte Hurley has made it a 10-point game. Westwood on top 15-5. We're under 2 minutes to play here in the first quarter. Picking up right where we left off yesterday. 10 of the 15 points coming from the combination of Kaiser and Hurley, 2 of your captains. Walpole looking to get back on the board, a drive down the baseline, but blocked by Mackenzie Kaiser.
Defense.
Off the hands of Walpole, and that will be Westwood's ball.
Great defense there, and they're able to get the turnover too. It must have gone off a Walpole player on the way out of bounds.
Minute and a half to go here, 15-5, Westwood on top. Charlotte Hurley inside to Kaiser. Great cut by Nazalillo, who puts it on the floor. Back to Kaiser, out of bounds, and that'll go over to Walpole. Slipped out of the fingertips of Mackenzie Kaiser.
I don't mind that look because they gotta respect the plays down low, which opens up those outside shots, which Westwood has been burying. So it's gonna force Walpole to have to really cover it all.
That's Bingham going to the hole, no good, and Nazalillo comes up with a rebound. Julie Hogan's going to gather it. It's an opportunity for Charlotte Hurley to fill the lane as Julie Hogan takes over at the point.
Tom, we were saying yesterday, Caroline Nazalillo, she probably the baskets haven't been going in probably as much as she would like, but she is so impactful on this team in this game with her defense.
Mackenzie Kaiser once again fouled as she goes up for a layup. This one again is going to go on Bella Bingham. That is her second, and Kaiser goes back to the line looking for her 6th and 7th points of the first quarter.
Got a score update. Westwood went down 2-0 to Hingham, and Kate Sullivan with the goal to cut the lead to 1. So 2-1 Hingham right now with 40 seconds remaining in the second period.
Kaiser good on the first shot. Abby McMahon has checked in for Walpole. 59 seconds in the first quarter. And Westwood on top 17-5. Perfect 4 for 4 from the line for Mackenzie Kaiser to start this. Great defensive pressure, definitely keeping the Timberwolves on their heels here in the first quarter. There's a foul going the other way. It'll be the first foul called on Westwood, and it'll go against Julie Hogan.
Great footwork by Hogan. She was well defended there. She was in the hip pocket the whole time. She was not out of position. You know, ended up getting the foul on trying to block the shot, but.
So Tori Adams goes to the line. It's her first one. Angelina Holmesy will check back in for Caroline Nazalillo. 51.3 on the clock. It's an 17-6 ball game. That one bounces off the right. Kaiser gets it to Hogan. I like this look. I like it when they have an alternate point guard here. Have somebody else run the offense and free up Hurley here along the baseline and then the wing.
Especially with her shooting abilities where she can work some picks, things like that to get an open look.
Holmesy inside to Kaiser. That one's no good, but Kaiser gets her own rebound. Out to Hurley at the foul line, over to Ward in the right wing. Spin dribble back to Hurley. Shot clock is off. We're down to 25 seconds. The shot is no good, but Kaiser once again comes up with it.
Kaiser again!
Again, 3 offensive rebounds from Mackenzie Kaiser on this possession alone.
Oh my goodness.
Doesn't pay off though. 14 seconds to go. Walpole in transition, but it comes back to Holmesy. Under 10 seconds. We're at 8-7. Hurley crosses the center court line.
3, 2,
It's going to be Hogan throwing it up at the buzzer. A great first quarter of action here at Bader Gymnasium. We'll take our first break on Westwood Media Center. The Wolverines on top of the Timberwolves, 17-6. We'll be back right after this.
There's magic associated with high school sports that's hard to quantify. Legends are born.
And they put it in the back of the net.
Memories are made. And smiles come across our faces. These are the moments we talk about forever. They become part of our history. They define us. At Arch Orthodontics, we know how important it is to engage with our community, how critical it is to empower these defining moments. And in a sense, we define our community too. We build confidence. We make the smiles that light up the field, the rink, the gym, and the court. And we do it with a dedication to excellence, just like our athletes who inspire us every time they put on a Westwood uniform.
Westwood High School Sports, brought to you by Cadillac of Norwood, where luxury meets performance. And Arch Orthodontics, creating generations of beautiful smiles with expert orthodontic care.
We are back at Bader Gymnasium. Tom Lydon and Morgan Donahue with you. The boys basketball team checking out some action before they get in the bus and head down to Mansfield for the round ball tournament. That's a team that's red hot.
Yeah.
TVL champs.
Absolutely. And they had to win 2 in a row on the road versus 2 of the very best in the TVL. You had to go on the road in Hopkinton, which, Tom, you've been to that gym. It is, you feel like you need a passport to go in there. It does not feel like your normal gym. Get the win there, and then went out to Dedham 2 days later to get a big 1-point win, and they are your 2025 co-champs with Norwood.
It's 17-6 as we start the second. We're going to turn the play-by-play over to Morgan Donahue. Take it away.
All right, so Walpole's going to get the inbound. It's going to be inbounded by 24 Caroline Duran. Charlotte Hurley playing defense. And tipped off to the 15. Gallivan. Gallivan off to McMahon. In the hands of, hard to see with the hair there, but Tori Adams. McMahon blocked by Holmesy. They're going to say that's a foul, so she is going to shoot 2. She's going to look to cut into Westwood's lead, 11-point lead after the first quarter.
So only 1 team foul in the first quarter for Westwood, and they pick up their first team foul within the first 19 seconds here in the second.
First one, no good. That was a theme we were talking about in the first game, where we were talking about how clean yesterday's games were, not a lot of fouls, and then right away, Tom, it was 4 fouls for each team with like 4 minutes remaining in the third quarter.
Every part of the room there.
The second one is good. 10-point lead for the Wolverines, 17-7. Ward gonna work the ball up. She's working at the point. She's also got Hurley, who's been kind of working around as a shooter. She finds Hurley. Hurley gonna work it towards the hoop. Tries to go lefty and draws the foul. Love to see this out of Hurley, where she can focus on her offense and doesn't have to worry about the handle. And when you got the players like Ward and you got Hogan, who are very capable handlers, really frees her up to score some points. She's going to shoot 2.
Marin Gallivan called for the foul. That's her first, and Hurley keeps the string going. A perfect 7 for 7 from the line for the Wolverines.
I don't even think they've hit rim. They've all been nothing but net.
Lizzie Weeman getting set to check in for Hurley if the shot goes in.
Second one, no good.
Solid
ball
job.
on the court, though, gathered by Adams.
All we had to do was say that they hadn't missed one yet.
Yeah, the old broadcasting curse. Gallivan looking inside, and that is a traveling call. Westwood ball. So coming in for the Wolverines, Weeman, Nozzolillo. Coming out is Kaiser and Hurley. Mulgrew coming in for the Timberwolves.
Full court press by Walpole here. Let's see how the Wolverines break it. Ward just dribbled it up.
Yeah, great job by Ward. Great handle. She's been playing her best basketball here late in the season for the Wolverines. Had the highest points of the season against, I believe, Hopkinton on Tuesday. No good there on the Nozzolillo layup. Rebound by Walpole. They're going to push the pace. Adams working to the hoop. Blocked by Nozzolillo. That goes out of bounds. Going to stick with Timberwolves.
So some frustration, notably from the Walpole bench. A lot of those same plays on the other side are being called for fouls, and Walpole's not getting the benefit of the doubt of the whistle.
Inbound to Duran. Duran over to Mulgrew. Work it around. Adams. She's got Hogan on her. Great defense by Hogan. They're looking inside. Nozzolillo there forces a turnover in the hands of Ward. Ward works it up, then slows down the pace, allowing the Westwood cutters to get their looks. She's got Hogan cutting low and then sends it over to Weeman up top. So Nozzolillo gives it over to Ward. Ward working it inside. She's got Hogan outside. Yes! For 3. That's going to put Westwood up 14. big basket for Hogan. And what I like to see, Tom, you got, these youngsters, Hogan, sophomore, making some big baskets in some big games before the tournament's already started.
You start seeing girls like Julie Hogan as a sophomore putting up some points, and it's the foundation of what you know in 2 years is going to be their push to 1,000.
She's not nervous. It's great to see these kids ready for big games, and they're not, they're not biting on their fingernails right now. Walpole looking to answer. Mulgrew over to Adams. Adams open for 3. That's off the mark, but rebounded by Mulgrew. Battle on the court. Hogan comes away with it. They're going 2-on-2. She's got Nozzolillo in the middle. Takes it to the hoop. Does she have the angle? No. Rebounded by Adams. That was a great effort, though, off a turnover and a steal by Hogan. Just ran out of kind of the angle to try and get off the backboard, but great effort by the Wolverines. Adams outside for 3, and that is good. And that is something we saw a lot of yesterday, was outside threes for Walpole, and that is their game and their way to really explode their offense.
Second three-pointer of the night for Walpole. Tori Adams has one, and Katie McDonald has the other.
Ward. Nozzolillo to Hogan, the sophomore for the Wolverines. We got Kaiser and Hurley going to check in. Wolverines looking to maximize, get a basket beforehand. Hogan outside, that's off the front rim. It did go off the hand of Mulgrew, and it's going to stay with Westwood.
I love it. Julie was looking for a pass, and she said, oh, hey, look, no one's in front of me. I might as well throw it up.
I love that. Kobe used to do that, the old, I'm going to pass it to see if someone goes off, give you a little more space, and then three-point shot. Weeman on the inbound. Finds Kaiser. Kaiser's made a few threes already. She looks inside to Nozzolillo. Back out to Kaiser. Kaiser with a good move, but draws a foul. That was a physical bump there. She gets up. What the leadership, too, that we see from these kids. I was saying yesterday, Tom, that the youngsters look at the senior leaders almost like people on flights that don't like flights. They look at the flight attendants during bumpiness. How do they handle it? And they look at these seniors, and they are cool as cucumbers when it comes to big games. Turnover there. Mulgrew comes away with it. She goes outside, looking for number 12. That was McMahon, and that is good.
Ryan McDonald getting every part of the rim on the way down.
So 9-point lead for the Wolverines, 21-12, 4 minutes, 28 seconds remaining here in the second quarter, and then also the first half. Hurley driving, draws the foul. Love to see that, especially when we've seen the free throws flowing tonight. Keep taking it to the hoop.
And another example of what we're talking about, though, we've seen some of the other end
Yeah.
not called a foul, so I can understand the frustration here
Yep.
on the coach on the part of Dave Wall, the Walpole coach.
Second personal foul.
Mulgrew on the foul. That's her second personal, third team foul, and that's on the court. So no shots. Weeman on the inbound. Finds Hurley up top. Hurley, he's got some space. Off the backboard, in and out. Rebounded by Mulgrew. Mulgrew with settled down a loose ball. She's going to shoot for 3. Off the mark, but rebound there by Adams. Adams under the hoop draws the foul. Hurley is going to, a foul going to be on Hurley.
That'll be Charlotte's first, the third of the quarter for Westwood.
Adams going to shoot 2 to cut into Westwood's 9-point lead. First one, no good. Bingham is going to check back in for Walpole.
Critical part of the game for Bingham here. She has 2 fouls. There's 4 minutes to go here in the first half. She's got to be very careful because you don't want to enter that second half of what's a game that they're going to need her in the second half with 3 fouls.
Second one, no good. So all in all, a good foul for Hurley. Westwood with the ball and the lead. 9-point lead, 3 minutes, 48 seconds. Hogan to the hoop, off the glass for 2.
Aggressive play by Hogan, no surprise.
Mulgrew into the corner. Shot, 3-point shot, no good, goes over the hoop. Maybe a turnover. That was a shot by McDowell. Yeah, Hogan with that handle, so good on the coast to coast. We've seen her do that in transition, but also when she sees daylight and she takes it, what a additional weapon the Wolverines have for their offense. Hurley on a, they're gonna call a foul on Kaiser with the pick. I thought it looked pretty good from here.
So Walpole will be shooting now, 3:24 to go. Any foul on Westwood, and Walpole will go to the line shooting 2.
Westwood got to be disciplined here. The remaining 3 minutes, 18 seconds. Bingham with the ball. Gonna work it around the arc. Back down low to Bingham. Weeman on the defense. Gonna send outside to Adams. Shot from the outside, and that is good for 3. That is Katie McDonald with the 3-pointer.
Second one we've seen from her today. She had the first 3 points of the game.
Yep. 8-point lead for the Wolverines.
If I'm Westwood, I'm going hard at Bingham right here.
Hogan, kick out to Nozzolillo. Nozzolillo gonna work it inside. The shot off the back rim. Mulgrew with the rebound. Mulgrew gonna push the pace, and they slow it down. Adams got Hurley on defending her. Over to 21, McDonald, who made the last 3 for Walpole.
Try it again, nope.
She's gonna try, and she gets fouled. She's gonna shoot 2. I believe Weeman on the foul for Westwood.
That's Lizzie's second of the night.
And not only are you gonna shoot 2 here, but they're now at 5 team fouls as well. First one is good. Madison Ward coming back in for the Wolverines. Also coming back in for the Timberwolves is Caroline Duran. Second one is good.
Katie McDonald leading the way for the Timberwolves with 8 points.
Westwood with the ball and a 6-point lead, 23-17. Hurley back to handling. Hands off to Nozzolillo. Nozzolillo's got some space, goes up. Oh, made a couple bounces and no good. Rebound by Walpole.
Now, given the foul situation there, I would have liked to see Caroline, who doesn't have any fouls called on her yet. I would have loved to see her go hard to the hoop against Bingham, because if you can get that third foul on Bingham, it's a massive advantage for Westwood.
It's a great point.
Caroline, we've seen get in foul trouble before, but not today. She's got none.
But also with that foul trouble, does Bingham just let her go?
Right.
Does she give her the lane? Hurley outside, no good. Mulgreen comes down with it. We're inside 2 minutes. Minute 49 and counting. Westwood with a 6-point lead. Mulgrew inside to Bingham. Bingham makes a couple moves and able to get it.
That is a heck of a shot right there. Falling away from the hoop to the baseline with a defender in your face.
Kaiser on her too. 4-point lead now.
Walpole's done a great job clawing back. This game was 21-7 at one point.
This is what playoff basketball is both teams going back and forth. Ball loose for a second, settled by Kaiser. Over to Ward, 14 on the clock. Ward with a nice move, takes it to the hoop and converts it for 2.
Just when they need one.
Yep.
Madison Ward off the bench gets it to fall. You don't count on her to score a lot, but you count on her to score a few that mean something.
The confidence when you have all these players on your team that can help make big baskets, that just makes you feel very confident as a team that you can dig out of any hole. And they're not in a hole, but they can be able to counteract any punch that the other team has coming their way. And Bingham with 2 there. Back to a 4-point lead for the Wolverines.
What you don't want is Bingham to have momentum, have confidence.
Yeah, these are difficult shots she's making, and they're contested as well down low. Hurley looking outside, then finds open Hogan behind the arc. Yes!
Julie Hogan with 8 points for the Wolverines.
Hogan looking like Eddie House in 2008. Some big threes. Bingham's
hot now.
She's getting the roll as well.
She's up to 8 points.
5-point lead. 11 seconds. 9, 8, 7. Hurley working it in. Pass goes through Nozzolillo's legs. 4 seconds. And that is going to do it for the first half. So after one half of basketball, Westwood 28, the Walpole Timberwolves 23. You are watching Westwood Media Center coverage of the Bill Riley Winter Classic. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back for the second half coverage.
There's magic associated with high school sports that's hard to quantify. Legends are born.
And they put it in the back of the net.
Memories are made. And smiles come across our faces. These are the moments we talk about forever. They become part of our history. They define us. At Arch Orthodontics, we know how important it is to engage with our community, how critical it is to empower these defining moments. And in a sense, we define our community too. We build confidence. We make the smiles that light up the field, the rink, the gym, and the court. And we do it with a dedication to excellence, just like our athletes who inspire us every time they put on a Westwood uniform.
Westwood High School Sports, brought to you by Cadillac of Norwood, where luxury meets performance. And Arch Orthodontics, creating generations of beautiful smiles with expert orthodontic care.
We are back at Bader Gymnasium. Thanks so much for joining us here on Westwood Media Center. Tom Lydon and Morgan Donahue with you, along with Evan Cardamino. 28-23, Westwood is on top as we get set to start the third quarter of the championship game of the 2025 Bill Riley Classic. And let's go through the scoring, Morgan, in the first half. Wow, an explosive end to the first half for Bella Bingham. She finishes with 8, and she's tied with Katie McDonald with 8, leading the way for the Timberwolves. Tori Adams has 4, Ryan McDonald has 2, and Abby McMahon has 1. Now for the Wolverines, Julie Hogan atop the scoring list with 8 points, including a couple of 3-pointers, and she's followed closely by Mackenzie Kaiser with 7, Charlotte Hurley with 6, Lizzie Weeman with 5, and Madison Ward with a nice bucket in the paint. So 28-23 game. What's the key here as we get started for this third quarter?
I think get off to another hot start like they did in the first quarter. You also mentioned you got Bingham, who had 2 quick fouls early on. Start getting into that. Start adding to that. So, you know, if I'm Kaiser, if I'm Nazalillo, go to the hoop and force her to defend you and draw a foul. You know, get her. If you can negate her, I mean, that's when Westwood was really adding to their point totals, is when Bingham was on the bench. So I would attack her, and I would also just keep moving the ball, find some open threes like they did, and some great complimentary basketball like they did with girls like Hogan and Weeman out there.
Bella Bingham with 6 points in the final 2 minutes of the half. And Westwood will start off this third quarter action with possession. Charlotte Hurley looking inside already and then picking up the dribble and getting it to Nazalillo. Working in the paint. Out to Lizzie Weeman. That's a little hard off the back rim, but Mackenzie Kaiser there with the rebound. She gets it to go, and Mackenzie Kaiser starts the third quarter hot.
The example she sets on the effort she makes on those rebounds, and then the putbacks when there's 2 or 3 people always trying to get a hand on it, is remarkable.
Abby McMahon whistled for the foul, so Mackenzie Kaiser already 4 for 4 from the line. She'll try to build on that. Off the back rim, no good. So a 7-point lead here for Westwood after the first possession of the second half. Walpole gets it into the hands of Caroline Durant, the senior point guard. Over to Katie McDonald, who's got 8 points for the Timberwolves. Gonna look to the right side, working against the man-to-man defense. There's McDonald. Working on Weeman. Back to Durant. 10 to shoot. Durant down to the left corner. Abby McMahon underneath. There's Bingham working on Holmesy and gets it to fall. Bella Bingham with her 10th point of the afternoon.
Such a natural shot, too. Had rotation on that, even for a short shot, had a nice rotation and right off the back rim. 5-point lead for Westwood.
You can see they're trying to work it inside. Great up and under by Mackenzie Kaiser, who's once again fouled. This time it's going to go against Tori Adams, but Mackenzie's going to have to earn him the hard way from the free throw line.
That's their first personal foul, second.
I love what Westwood's doing. You know, even if it's not Bingham, they're earning free throw opportunities.
Oof. After starting red hot from the line, Mackenzie Kaiser's missed her last 2. Now 4 for 6 on the night. 9 points for the senior captain. 30 to 25. 6:45 to play here in the third quarter. Here's Bingham spinning in the paint, throwing it up, feeling it. That one doesn't fall, and Angelina Holmesy gathers the rebound.
Great job by Holmesy.
Charlotte Hurley thought about getting it to Nazalillo in the corner, but instead reconsiders, gets it over to Kaiser. Kaiser surveying the scene, down to the left wing, Lizzie Weeman. Out to Caroline Nazalillo. Charlotte Hurley inside to Holmesy, throws one up.
Gets a rebound.
Gets her own rebound, throws it in, so Angelina Holmesy on the board for the first time tonight.
Westwood, when they made adjustments to following their own rebounds, they have been terrific on the putbacks. The second attempts, third attempts. Love the grit.
Abby McMahon, ball over her head, looking for a teammate, working against Mackenzie Kaiser. Over to Caroline Duran. Inside now. That's going to be in the hands of Abby McMahon, and Kaiser comes up with a block. Over to Weeman. And Westwood's not going to push the pace, going to walk it up. Lizzie Weeman's going to hopefully get it over in the hands of Charlotte Hurley eventually. It's the rare occasion where Weeman's running the point. Right wing. Mackenzie Kaiser throwing one up from three-point range. That rattles out. Rebounded by Walpole. Katie McDonald headed the other way, trying to push the pace for the Timberwolves behind the back.
That was a great handle.
There's a three-pointer, and it's good.
A big three there.
Tori Adams with the three, her 7th point of the night. And it's a 32-28 game. We've got a good one here. Third quarter action at Bader Gymnasium, 5:13 to play with the Wolverines on top by 4. Hurley working the baseline. Throws up the floater. Charlotte Hurley against Katie McDonald.
Beautiful shot.
That's her 8th point.
And a great answer for the Wolverines after that three by Adams.
Bingham running the offense for the Timberwolves.
Yeah, we were saying that she could dribble too.
Foul drawn. This one's going to go against Angelina Holmesy, her 2nd of the night. And Bella Bingham already with 10 points will work her way to the free throw line.
Westwood foul is on number 22, Angelina Holmesy, her 2nd personal foul. First team foul. Bella Bingham has 2 shots.
First one's good. Checking in for the Timberwolves is Marin Gallivan and Emily Mulgrew. Madison Ward replaces Angelina Holmesy for the Wolverines. Both shots good for Bingham. She now has 12 to lead the way for Walpole. And we've got ourselves a 4-point game, 34-30, with 4:46 to play in the third quarter. Timeout called by Coach Clifford. Not much different from what we saw at the end of the second quarter. We have an explosion from Bella Bingham, and that's basically what we were hoping the Wolverines would not encounter here.
Yeah, she's been terrific. I mean, we were impressed with her yesterday, and she started to do what we saw yesterday as well, where we're seeing her starting with the ball up at the top of the key and then being able to work it down low and make a move to the net as well. So I think you got to key on her. You got to attack her when you're on offense to force her to defend you, force her to have to draw fouls. Kaiser, who's been terrific on defense, she's been getting some great rebounds and some putbacks. So I think she's got to be the person on Westwood that really negates Bingham, especially on the defensive side of the ball.
More than anything else, I just like the intensity of this game, the competitiveness of this game, because it's going to do both teams well. When you think about what's next and who they're going to face, to experience this type of intensity against a team that you're very evenly matched with can only benefit both. And of course, some bragging rights and some hardware up for grabs tonight. Whoever wins this takes the Bill Riley Classic for 2025. So buckle in, folks. We've got ourselves 12 minutes and 45 seconds to go here in regulation.
So these timeouts are always been great, from what we've seen from the Wolverines, where we've seen a lot of great answers when it comes to timeouts, and see how Westwood responds after the message from Coach Cliff.
Lizzie Weeman over to Madison Ward. Ward motion offense gets it to Hurley, dribbles left, pass to the feet of Weeman, back to Hurley with 13 to shoot. Looking for a pick from Nazalillo, but goes the other way.
8 on the shot.
Madison Ward looking for it. Dribbles, gets it inside to Nazalillo.
Oh! Huge for Nazalillo.
Caroline Nazalillo gets it to fall in the paint and draws the foul. That's going to be the 3rd on Marin Galvin.
That was huge. As we were mentioned earlier, Nazalillo doing everything on that court. The baskets haven't been going in as much as she'd like, but big baskets, timely baskets are. And that is a timely basket.
She gets the 3-point play the hard way. So Caroline Nazalillo on the board with 3. The Wolverines up 37-30. Approaching the 4-minute mark of the third quarter. Timberwolves trying to maintain what they've been doing over the last 6 or 7 minutes here offensively. That's getting it to Bingham. Ultimately, Emily Mulgrew is going to work it to the right side of the offense. That's going to be from the corner, Marin Gallivan. Give her 3, so it's a 4-point game. Gallivan answers after picking up her 3rd foul with a 3-pointer.
Yeah, we were saying too, when they make their threes, those have been nothing but net. They're sharpshooters for the Timberwolves.
Madison Ward right back inside to Nazalillo. That one cannot go. Looking for the foul, but doesn't get it. Ward almost comes up with a turnover.
On the handle.
Ends up with Mulgrew. Up to the top of the key. That's going to be Katie McDonald. Katie McDonald with a three-pointer, and we've got ourselves a one-point ball game, 37-36. 3:22 to go here in the third quarter. Katie McDonald now with 11 points on the night. Charlotte Hurley in the paint. Lefty. Floater is good. Charlotte Hurley.
That is so difficult off the offhand while driving to the hoop. Lays it up for two.
Ourselves a good one here, folks. 39-36 Westwood, 2:55 to go third quarter. Madison Ward tips the pass. Marin Gallivan, fresh off hitting a three-pointer, gets it inside to Bingham against two defenders. That one does not fall.
Big rebound.
Mackenzie Kaiser comes up with it.
Big rebound by Kaiser.
Charlotte Hurley looking to take it to the rack. That's going to be a foul on the floor. That one goes against Emily Mulgrew. Westwood will maintain possession. Ryan McDonald, the sophomore, who's got 2 points tonight, checks in for Walpole. Weeman taking it out of bounds. Over to Nazalillo. Wolverines sitting on a 3-point lead. 2.5 to go here, third quarter. Kaiser over to Nazalillo in the left wing. Looking to work underneath. That's going to be Kaiser. One dribble blocked. That's a jump ball. Great job by Tori Adams.
That's a possession for Walpole.
Be a boost for what's called the Wolverines, the Timberwolves. Tori Adams, a great defensive play. Emily Mulgrew. Over to Katie McDonald.
Hogan and Holmesy going to check in for the Wolverines.
Ryan McDowell. Stuck in the corner, steps on
Out
the
of bounds.
baseline. Ryan McDonald. Forced into a turnover. Some wholesale changes for the Wolverines. We've got Julie Hogan, Olivia Shea, and Angelina Holmesy checking back in, and the Timberwolves will counter with Caroline Duran, the senior, checking back in.
So these changes, these are good energy things for the Wolverines. And when you see these complimentary players make some baskets, gets the whole team fired up.
We're under 2 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Westwood sitting on a 3-point lead. Mackenzie Kaiser to Charlotte Hurley. Some contact in the paint, no whistle. Ball comes in the hands of Bingham, who's going to run the point at full speed. The ball
Good
thrown
D
up,
there.
no foul called on either end.
All right.
Refs keeping the whistles in their pockets, and here's Julie Hogan to Mackenzie Kaiser, and Kaiser with the kiss off the glass and good. It's 41-36 Wolverines.
Mulgrew open outside. And that's why Shea's in there. Such a fantastic rebounder, her athleticism. She goes up and gets the ball. She beats players to loose balls. And I see her soccer coach, Seth Lukash, in the crowd. Very proud to see his rising captain playing big game right now.
Charlotte Hurley off to the left, but there's Shea with another rebound over to Julie Hogan. Hogan's feeling it! Julie Hogan from long range puts the Wolverines up 8 as we hit the 1 minute mark.
The difference maker.
Walpole answer. The shot's no good, but it's gathered by number 23, Emily Mulgrew. Back out to Duran with 48 seconds on the clock. Ryan McDonald. Back to Duran. Inside to Bingham. Bingham splitting a pair of defenders and gets it to go. Bella Bingham with another
I don't know how she had that angle.
incredible shot through traffic.
The spin. She's got that spin down. It's pretty impressive.
So it's 44-30, 37.3 to go here in the third quarter. This has been an unbelievable back and forth
unbelievable
game.
It's been the best game I've seen, you know, just competitive back and forth all year for the girls.
So Bella Bingham is up to 14 points for Walpole. Mackenzie Kaiser has 11 for the Wolverines. Charlotte Hurley has 10. Julie Hogan in double figures with 11 points. If she can hit those 3-pointers, and she's got 3 of them tonight, Julie Hogan is going to become an offensive weapon that other teams have to deal with in the postseason.
Such a natural shooter. The moment is not too big. They are embracing it.
So interesting timeout called there. I know you get 5 over the course of a game, but when you have a tight game here, keeping tabs on just how many timeouts Walpole has. Wanted to give his girls a chance to settle down and regather their breath. 37.3 on the clock, an important defensive possession for Walpole. Down 6. Erin Gallivan, number 15, is in foul trouble, but she is not on the court right now. So Wolverines shot clock in play, about 2 seconds differential. Charlotte Hurley's going to get it over to Julie Hogan. The Wolverines will have to shoot before the buzzer, and there it is. Mackenzie
Power
Kaiser
move.
does not fall.
Jump
That's going to be a jump ball, and that'll go
Westwood
Westwood's way. Now the shot clock is off. The Wolverines will have 18.4 to shoot.
You draw it down here, Tom? Draw it down to where
I
it's
take my
one and only?
my best first shot.
Yep.
Olivia Shea looking to inbound, gets it to Mackenzie Kaiser. Clock ticking over to Charlotte Hurley. We're under 15. Hurley going into the lane, floats it up with the left hand, no, but Angelina Holmesy comes up with it. Over to Julie Hogan. Olivia Shea will take one from beyond the arc. That bounces off short. 5 seconds to go. We got a foul. That's a travel.
Westwood ball.
Ryan McDonald.
4.8 seconds left here. Westwood going to still have the ball.
Ryan McDonald took too many steps, so Westwood's got one more shot. Julie Hogan will take it out of bounds. Charlotte Hurley. We're under 3 seconds, and Julie Hogan gives it right back. Had not established herself on the court, so when she took possession, ruled out of bounds. So Walpole, with 2.8 to go, will get the last shot here in the third quarter. And it's going to be Bella Bingham, just inside half court.
No good.
Does not go. So we've got a 6-point ball game. The Wolverines and the Timberwolves. An entertaining one tonight in the championship of the Bill Riley Classic. Stay with us. Morgan Donahue will have the call of the fourth quarter right here on Westwood Media Center when we return.
Buckle up, folks.
There's magic associated with high school sports that's hard to quantify. Legends are born.
And they put it in the back of the net.
Memories are made. And smiles come across our faces. These are the moments we talk about forever. They become part of our history. They define us. At Arch Orthodontics, we know how important it is to engage with our community, how critical it is to empower these defining moments. And in a sense, we define our community too. We build confidence. We make the smiles that light up the field, the rink, the gym, and the court. And we do it with a dedication to excellence, just like our athletes who inspire us every time they put on a Westwood uniform.
Westwood High School Sports, brought to you by Cadillac of Norwood, where luxury meets performance, and Arch Orthodontics, creating generations of beautiful smiles with expert orthodontic care.
Welcome back, folks. We're about to kick off the fourth quarter of the championship game of the Riley Winter Classic, and we have Bill Riley here sitting courtside enjoying this one. You know, I'm sure his heartstrings are certainly activated when you got Westwood playing, and then you also got Emily Mulgrew, his granddaughter, on Walpole. So he's probably bouncing back and forth, but ultimately I'm sure he's rooting for his granddaughter, who holds a very special piece in his heart, and a terrific player. She's got the ball right now. Mulgrew, that's some good defense, and that's stolen by Ward. Ward driving to the hoop, converts.
Addison Ward always comes up with the most important hoops when you need them. That's her fourth point of the night.
Westwood back up 8, 46-38. Walpole gonna move it around. Mulgrew. Shea playing great defense down to Bingham. She's got Nozzolillo and some help from Holmesy. She works around both of them and able to tip it in. She went ring around the rosy for that hard-fought 2 points. That was very impressive.
Bella Bingham leading the way for Walpole with 16.
Shea. Over to Ward. Ward bringing it inside, then back out to Shea. Shea's cutting. Got to send it outside to an open Hogan for 3. That one's too strong. Rebounded by 15, Gallivan. Gallivan's going to give it to Mulgrew, who's going to walk it up. Westwood getting aggressive on the defense, shading some double teams. They got Bingham down low. No good. Great defense there by Holmesy. She took some contact. No foul, but no harm, no foul. Westwood ball.
Smart play by Julie Hogan right there. She didn't have any help. If she'd missed the shot, that was definitely a lost possession, so she maintained control, and now Westwood gets another opportunity.
Holmesy, and I'm going to say it's a travel violation. Coming back in the game for Walpole is Adams. Mulgrew coming out.
Mackenzie Kaiser on the bench here to start the fourth quarter for Westwood. You can assume that Coach Cliff is saving some energy so she can be in there down the stretch.
Absolutely. Passing around the outside. Adams goes outside to Bingham. Bingham in the rare position outside the circle, you typically find her down in the paint. She'll work her way down there, as she does now. Outside shot by 21, McDonald, no good. Ward there to catch the air ball. Ward gonna push it up. She gets it across the half-court line. And she's gonna lead the point. Hands it off to Hogan. Hogan, who has been hot as ever from behind the three. Shea driving.
Shea.
And draws a foul on the court.
We haven't seen a lot of that from Olivia Shea. I admire the drive to the hoop.
Absolutely.
Walpole foul is on number 21.
I've said this before, looking like her aunt Cheryl Suffredini Gaba, 1991 grad, also player for Bill Riley.
Foul on the floor.
Proud aunt of Olivia Shea.
Walpole, Abby
So Ward gonna take the inbound for the Wolverines.
If you want the family tree of Westwood, just check in with Morgan Donahue.
Holmesy no good, but Westwood able to come away with the rebound. Shot from Ward off the front rim. Bingham comes away with it. She's going 1-on-4. She's gonna settle it down and wait for a player, and missed on that connection with McMahon. Westwood ball.
Here comes Hurley, here comes Kaiser, 5:51 on the clock. Two of your captains back on the floor.
Good job by the Wolverines with, it was Hogan and Nozzolillo holding the fort while Hurley and Kaiser were getting some rest. Wolverines out there with Hurley, Holmesy, Ward, Kaiser, and Shea. Ward makes a strong move inside. Ball gets stripped. Going to be out of bounds on the Timberwolves. Westwood will have the ball, 20 left on the shot clock.
If you're thinking defensively for the Wolverines right here, remember you have the possession arrow, so you want to be aggressive trying to get that ball.
Good point. Holmesy catches the inbound. Shea going to the hoop, a little strong. Foul called. I think it's on the Timberwolves.
That's
And
gonna
it
be
is, and it's on Bingham. So
and you know
her
what?
third.
She had her second foul early in the second quarter, and
Yeah.
she's done an
She's done a great
unbelievable
job of
job
holding strong.
playing clean in here to the fourth quarter.
Now, if she gets another one, quickly, does she stay in, or what's your call?
Ask me when it happens.
Yes. Hurley driving, kick out to Kaiser, holds, sends it over to Holmesy. Holmesy right back to Kaiser. Kaiser at the top. Finds a driving Hurley, puts it up. Yes! Gets the bounce. Beautiful pass.
She's
and
got
cut
the field tonight.
between the two players who started off getting a nice rest, and well done there by those two on the connection, and then an answer by
Tori Adams.
Tori Adams. 6-point lead for the Wolverines, up 48-42. 4 minutes, 51 seconds remaining. Pass down low to Kaiser. She goes off the glass, but rebound by Bingham. Is that a foul?
That's
It is.
a foul on
Kaiser.
Mackenzie. That's Mackenzie's second. I would have liked to see Mackenzie try to draw some contact there,
Yeah.
get that fourth
Yeah.
foul on Bingham. Said she's tossed it up, trying to get it off the glass from an awkward angle. So
I'm calling it now, Tom. We got Weeman back in the game. She's due for a big three here.
Okay.
So Weeman, Nozzolillo back in the game. Pass to the outside.
Morgan Donahue
McDonald.
miss.
Westwood doing a good job, double teaming. They forced a difficult pass, but Walpole able to regain the possession. McDonald outside, got Kaiser on her, and a forced turnover. Westwood getting aggressive on the defense,
You know
putting a
that
little pressure.
Pass came in just a little too close to her legs, and
Yeah.
Abby McMahon wasn't able to gather it in.
Hurley working it up. She loses it, but Ward there on the spot, able to pick it up. Hurley shaken up a little bit, and the ref calls a timeout. The official timeout. Hurley hit the court. It looked like she got hurt the leg on there, so she's going to walk off and she's gonna talk to Paul. Always scary, with especially a past injury. So just making sure everything's okay. It's Paul Lillo. Now Hogan back in the game. So Wolverines looking to add to their 6-point lead. 4 minutes remaining. Kaiser driving it. Goes off the glass.
Mackenzie.
Big 2 points for Kaiser. Lead back at 8. Bingham outside. McDonald for 3. No good. Loose ball. Still on the court. Jump ball, and that's going to be possession for Westwood. And you had mentioned that about a minute ago. To be aware of the next possession is yours. You just got to be aggressive.
Fouls have not entered the equation yet. Only 1 on Westwood, 2 on Walpole. So this game hopefully will take us down to the wire without a bunch of free throws being shot.
Ward over to Weeman. Kaiser. Kaiser looking for Nozzolillo. Finds her. Noz with a strong move off the glass. No good. Rebound by Mulgrew. Mulgrew going to push the pace. Finds McDonald. And a push foul on Kaiser.
Westwood foul is on number 11.
That's her third. And we're going to see Abby Law. Abby Law coming in for Madison Ward. Don't count Abby Law out for a three. She's got the highest three percentage on the team for the Wolverines. Good look there. And a timeout called immediately after that bucket made. So timeout by Walpole. And it's a 5-point game. Westwood 50, Walpole 45.
Katie McDonald with her 4th three-pointer of the night. So Katie really racking up the points. She's up to 14 for Walpole.
She's trying to make a case with, Bingham on the Walpole side for
top
player of the game.
Bingham's got 16, McDonald's got 14. You know, McDonald's been a little streaky. She was hot right out of the chute, got the first 3 points of the day.
Yep.
So the update on Hurley, she's putting the brace back on. Paul Lilla was taking a peek at that knee during the action, still testing it out here.
Yeah.
Let's see if she goes back in.
It was actually a good timely called timeout where you can maybe get a little jog in, kind of test it out. That's a big boost. She comes back in. That's a big boost for the Wolverines. Looks like also something going on with the hand too. So Paul just gonna take a look and put any tape needed. So great time for both teams to talk through the next 3 minutes, 15 seconds. It's a 5-point game. And it's not just the personnel type stuff. It's not just the X's and O's. It's about what do you got inside of you. There's 3 minutes, 15 left. Had a lot of practice, a lot of games. What do you have left in you when it comes to guts, when it comes to mental toughness here? Nozzolillo working down low, and they're going to call that a travel.
Steps. That was a really good attempt at a nice Kevin McHale up and under,
Yeah,
but unfortunately got caught up with her feet.
The Walpole ball. Adams going to push it up the court. Over to or back in the hands of Bingham. Bingham outside to Adams. Adams driving to the hoop. No good, that's short. Loose ball, rebound by Law. Big rebound by Law.
Abby Law's first action, she makes it count.
Gonna work it up. We got Weeman looking on that side. Hogan puts it back.
Julie Hogan with her game of the year, no question about that.
Julie Hogan.
13 points for the sophomore.
Looking like a veteran. That's short, but rebounded by Adams. Adams gonna throw it up. No good, loose ball. Jump ball, and that's gonna be Timberwolf possession. But I love the, Westwood battling there. That they just earn themselves the next possession. So it goes to Walpole, but that next one could be a key one. 2 minutes, 19 seconds remaining. It could be a ball that's going to be a big one when it comes down to the game. Driving is Adams. No good. Law gets a hand on it. She comes away with the rebound.
And again, a smart play pulling that out. You don't want to force a layup, but you don't have any teammates there to rebound it.
Nozzolillo drawing and draws the foul. She was driving and draws the foul.
They're actually going to call that a jump ball.
A jump ball. Okay, so the possession arrow to Westwood. 2 minutes, 1 second remaining. Wolverine's going to have the inbound. Weeman. Nozzolillo outside to Law. Hogan having the game of her life. Works it inside. And a foul called on the court. So great job by Hogan.
That one called on Maren Gallivan. That's her 4th of the game. And here comes Hurley back into the game.
And they're going to reset the shot clock. And Hurley getting a cheer from the fans. Good to see her back out there.
And Ryan McDonald returns for Walpole.
McDonald replacing number 15, Gallivan. Hogan up at the top. Over to Hurley. Hurley's got Mulgrew on her. Hurley over to Kaiser. Hurley trying to create a screen, but nowhere to go. Kaiser over to Hogan. She had Weeman cutting, holds, working it in. Ball hits the court. Timeout called by Coach Cliff. Huge timeout there. What a timeout call by the coach.
Really smart. She had the official right in her
She
face.
was already.
And as soon as Julie got in trouble,
Yeah.
Coach Cliff
My
immediately called
goodness.
timeout.
That's the call of the game right there so far.
So a 7-point game, 1:26 on the clock. You got 13 seconds to shoot if you're Westwood. 3 team fouls for Walpole, 2 team fouls for Westwood.
I think you draw up a play here. You got 13 seconds. Are you going down low, or are you going outside, or are you going with a couple options and just whatever's open?
I'm going to have this from an emotional standpoint get in the hands of Charlotte Hurley. I would like to see her get a shot here as the clock winds down. Put everybody in this gym at ease and give her the confidence she needs.
Yeah, yes. Absolutely agree. Great to see her back. It is an emotional boost to see her walk back out there on the court. What a leader, both by example, emotional leader, and the poise she brings. When she's out there and the handle and all that, she is showing the youngsters how to do it. There's no question. Julie Hogan looks up to a Kaiser, a Nozzolillo, a Hurley when it comes to how to deal with these big games. Kaiser goes outside to Nozzolillo. 8 on the shot.
Tight D by Walpole.
Hogan with 4, 3. Hogan outside shot. Off the glass!
Banks are closed on this holiday.
From the parking lot. A huge 3 that puts Westwood up 10. 1:05 remaining. Hurley with the steal. And she gets fouled. Push by Bingham, and that was a bad one.
And it is called an intentional foul, so
Yeah.
Hurley will go to the free throw line.
But the frustration coming off the big 3 by Hogan. My goodness. Game of her life.
Yeah, Julie Hogan didn't get the notice.
As Gus Johnson once said about TJ Sorrentine from the parking lot.
Throws it up off the glass and good.
No good on the 2. Walpole's going to get the ball with a minute.
Nope,
Oh,
Westwood
Westwood
keeps
gets
it,
it.
yep.
Okay. So Westwood's going to get the possession back. Minute 1 seconds left. Up 10. Inbound to Hurley. Really going to look to work it around, killing some clock. Nozzolillo works to the Kaiser. See what Walpole does. Are they going to foul? None yet. They're going to get the rebound. Adams pushing it up. Westwood still aggressive on the D. Driving to the hoop, and she drew a foul and is going to shoot 2. That's a foul on Hogan. And Adams going to shoot 2.
What you want is if Walpole's going to score for time to tick off the clock.
Yeah.
You don't want to give an opportunity to score with the clock not moving.
First one is good. Second one, in and out. Rebound by Westwood. 9-point lead. Kaiser is dribbling through traffic. Hurley able to come away with it. Westwood able to beat that press.
Got it over.
Has
Second
it.
to spare.
30 seconds. And they're still able to dribble, and foul called with 27 left.
It's going to be Marin Gallivan's 5th of the game. And I always find this interesting. Walpole has a minute to make the sub,
Yep.
but they're not going to take it.
Lehman gonna shoot. Fouling out of the game is Gallivan. So she's gonna be replaced by Doran.
Izzy Wheatman for the Wolverines has 2 shots.
First one is good. They're good on the second one, but Kaiser with the rebound. And that was a quick foul. Wow.
Yeah.
Didn't see much there. But Kaiser gonna shoot. Westwood 10-point lead. Kaiser looking to add to that. 2 free throw shots. First one is good. Second one is good. 2 for 2.
Incredible.
12-point lead. Walpole with the ball. 22 seconds and counting. Westwood making it difficult to get interior. And a foul called. See who that's on. It's on Kaiser.
That's her fourth. But how about this? Mackenzie Kaiser, 24 points last night.
Yeah.
15 today.
Tori Adams has 2 shots.
What a year. What a year for Kaiser. What a year for all the seniors.
11 points for Tori Adams. Had a nice second half.
Yep. That is good. 10-point game. Walpole going to call a timeout. They're going to talk about it. So Walpole, 15.5 seconds. They're going to need some big threes. They're going to need a turnover, and you know they're most likely going to need some Westwood misses on the free throw line.
You know, one thing that we have not seen much of here in the fourth quarter is offense from Bella Bingham, and that says something about the way Westwood changed their defensive game plan. Because Bingham came out red hot. She had that stretch right in the middle of the game where she scored 6 right before halftime, and then came out where she scored 8 quick points in the third quarter. But since then, been neutralized for the most part. You know, Katie McDonald from the outside has kept this thing close with 4 3-pointers. She's up to 14 points for the Timberwolves. And Tori Adams has been sneaky there. She's got herself 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 points. So it's been a really good effort from both teams. But I think Julie Hogan deserves the star tonight. Mackenzie Kaiser, of course, with 15. And Charlotte Hurley. 12 points for the captain. So this has been the tournament of Charlotte Hurley and Mackenzie Kaiser.
And then, so Hogan, is she 13 points?
Hogan now has 11, 12, 13, 14, 16.
16. Incredible for the sophomore. Kaiser on the inbound. Finds Ward. Able to break the Walpole defense, and fouled by Mulgrew is going to put Ward on the line. What a great team effort by the Wolverines. Playing with purpose. Tom, I got to also add, how impressive is this Walpole team?
Yeah.
The weapons, well coached. Walpole always, you know, every sport they have, always been impressive. They are the Division I state champions for field hockey. They were four finalists last year for girls lacrosse.
Baseball and softball.
Yeah, baseball as well. Westwood
Heck of a
battled them.
spring season.
Yep. Coach Whalen's son, Paul Whalen, was on the baseball team. They made it to the state championship. And that is going to do it. A big win for your Westwood Wolverines, 59-48. And they are the 2025 Riley Winter Classic champions. And what a game. And you mentioned, Tom, Julie Hogan, 16 points. Kaiser and Hurley doing what they've done all season long. 15 for Kaiser, 12 for Hurley. But a remarkable win on the doorstep of the playoffs. Looking to get some more points to bring them up in the rankings, which ultimately will be the standings of the bracket. But Westwood certainly earned their opportunity for movement in that bracket after a big win today over Walpole.
Not that she needed it, but a little bit of a coming out party for Julie Hogan. I mean, 16 points today. I would imagine that she's going to be on the all-tournament team, but that's going to be led, no question about it, by the 2 senior captains, Mackenzie Kaiser, who scored 39 points in these 2 games, and Charlotte Hurley, who scored 32 points in these 2 games. Just a really great time of year for these 2 girls to step up and assert themselves as leaders and performers. And when you're sitting as the number 7 seed, the last thing you want to do is lose that game and lose the potential second home game in the postseason. So a really important set of wins for the Wolverines, and for them to step up and perform the way they did over these last 2 days in front of the home crowd, really defend the home court here at Bader Gymnasium. Says a lot about them and should give them some confidence as they head into the MIAA tournament.
Tom, I might see you like 4 or 5 years from now walking the aisles of Roach Brothers. I'm going to say, I'm going to say Hogan from the parking lot. That three-pointer, that is one I'll remember for a long time. It mattered big time. I think that put Westwood back up 10, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
but huge.
To put it off the glass like that, too. I think the shot clock was winding down, and they hadn't quite figured out exactly what they were going to do. And in that circumstance, Julie Hogan says, yeah, I know what to do.
Yes, yeah.
She throws
Give me
it
the
up.
ball, see what I do with it.
Let's see what we got here for our all-tournament team. I know MVP's recognized. And
Looks like Bill Riley's got granddaughter running out to him. Love that. That is hysterical. We got a great showing, though, of Bill Riley and family here. A legend.
Ladies and gentlemen,
First year, 1990.
selections for
I'm going
the
to send it down to Jay
all-tournament
Risha for the
team.
post-game
From
ceremony.
Walpole, number 20, Bella Bingham.
Yep, no question about
Bingham.
that. Well-deserved.
No-brainer.
Fantastic game today. She finished with 10, 12, 14, 16 points for the Timberwolves.
What an athlete.
8 in the first half, 8 in the second half. Really good, can run the point, can shoot from the outside, and obviously can score under the rack.
And from the Wolverines, number 1, Charlotte Hurley.
Well-deserved. Charlotte Hurley with a great, gritty, heart-filled effort. And if it's got to go to one person, Hurley's a good person to gather that for the Wolverines. But it appears that she may not be alone.
Next, we will present the Riley Winter Classic Tournament MVP. And it is to Westwood number 11, Mackenzie Kaiser.
A well-deserved round of applause from the crowd here. 39 points over the course of 2 games, 24 yesterday and 15 today. Mackenzie Kaiser just seems to be getting better and better as the season progresses.
She's getting some great praise from Coach Bill Riley, who has seen some terrific basketball players over the last several
finally,
years.
we invite the entire Westwood team to come out for a picture with the tournament championship plaque and the legend, Mr. Bill Riley.
We'll probably take this both directions so
Yes.
that the fans will get an opportunity to get a shot as well. But
Absolutely.
Coach Clifford with Charlotte Hurley, Bill Riley, Mackenzie Kaiser, and Caroline Nazalillo. That's something that they can look back and be very proud of for years to come. But the captains will always remember their senior year leading this team to a championship in this home tournament. It's always nice to defend your home court and win. So, Morgan, thanks very much. Evan, as always, such a pleasure, and I can't wait for this postseason to start. We're going to see some heated action against teams that we're not that familiar with. So the intensity is up a notch, the crowds get a little bit bigger, the nerves get a little bit more as well, so it should be fun.
Absolutely. That's going to do it here from Bader Gymnasium. Big time win for the Wolverines. They are Riley Classic champions, 59-48 over Walpole. Thank you folks for tuning in. Looking forward to seeing you soon in the playoffs. Take care, and we'll see you all soon.